Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to SLTMOBITEL Esports Valorant Rivals Grand Final. It's going to be UG Academy taking on UG Team Valorant. And joining me, as always, for the cast is going to be Kitty. Kitty, what a ride it has been. The two top teams in the country facing off against each other. Where's your money at? Is the first question.
Indeed. Good evening, Tara. It has been an amazing couple of days, and you know what better way to end this than UG versus UG, as you said. So it's going to be the big boys versus the underdogs, I would have to say. And you asked me where my money is. Well, I think it's time we have new champions in the country, don't you?
Indeed, and I want to see the youngsters give up a really good performance. But having said that, though, UG Team Valorant is so experienced right now. They have probably hands down probably the best 5 players in the country right now representing their roster, and with the 2 new additions of Crumbs and Scrim, they have just got stronger. But it will come down to I feel like it's pressure, just because UG Academy has nothing to lose at this point. They have already proven themselves beyond doubt as one of the best teams in the country, and they're up against their seniors who probably did scrim a lot and train them coming into the tournament as well. So right now they have nothing to lose, and when a team has nothing to lose is when they are the most dangerous. So it will come down to whether UG Team Valorant can deal with the fact that there is so much riding on this, so much to prove that they are still the best, and no one can actually dethrone them. And taking a look at the bracket and how they got here, UG Valorant did have a bit of a shaky start against Team Saijan, where they went 2-1, but against NA Wifmas, it was a close game, but again it ended up as 2-0. The scoreline, of course, here does not read what the actual game was, because it was 2 very close maps from either team, but UG Valorant coming out on top. And then on the other side we had Mistwalkers against PJP. That was another very close series which ended in 2-1, and we had 2 OT maps as well, which was absolutely insane. And then UG Academy there got a walkover on their first quarterfinal match and headed on into the semifinals against Mistwalkers. Again, the scoreline does not do enough justice to how good these series were. It is a 2-0, but Mistwalkers put up one hell of a fight. To the very close scoreline on both games, and it was back and forth. But just UG Academy, the youngsters, just having nothing to lose, that attitude, the mentality of having nothing to lose coming in, I think threw them over the edge, and got them into the grand finals. But having said that, you want to see a new champion, Kitty. What do you think the score will be like? Is it going to be a 2-1, or is it going to be a straight up 2-0?
I feel like, given the way the first match goes, it will actually show us how the rest of the series will go as well. So I think if it's going to be a whitewash in the first match, it's most likely going to be a 2-0 in favor of whatever team wins. But nonetheless, I also need to add, this is UG, the OGs versus Union Gaming Academy. So nonetheless, Union Gaming itself as an organization has come a long way in cementing itself as one of the best Valorant clans in the country right now. So yeah, kudos to both the teams.
Indeed, and having said that, need to give a massive shout out to SLTMOBITEL Esports for coming up with the tournament. The format, it was 4 qualifiers, 32 teams in each of the qualifiers. Started off in February, and we came down to the top 8 teams in the country, and we are here now fighting for a prize pool of 100,000 rupees alongside another 50,000 rupees worth of Valorant points. That's an amazing prize pool to have, especially that addition of that 50,000 rupees worth of Valorant points. I mean, the players are going to be loving this, because you're not actually taking off the prize pool, you have an extra bonus of 52,000 Valorant points that they can use on skins, and we all know how much Valorant players absolutely love their skins. So absolutely amazing job by SLTMOBITEL Esports, and also need to give a massive shout out to their platform, which all the players who participated in the tournament had to go through, and it's an amazing platform. A lot of things happening there. They will have future tournaments as well, challenges for the players. They have a couple of membership options as well, depending on whether you are a daily gamer, a weekly gamer, or a monthly gamer, as well as they have their own store where you can buy in-game currency like Valorant points, or PUBG Mobile UC, or Free Fire Diamonds, or Riot RP, or even Steam cards. So much more. So do check it out, guys. The link is in the description, and if not, y'all can head on over to the website. esports.slt.lk is the website. Do check it out, guys. And having said that, we do have another surprise for you guys. You know that we've been having a lot of giveaways throughout the entirety of quarterfinals, and today is no different for everyone watching at home. The question for the day is, which map is based in Japan? A, the answer A is Split, answer B is Bind, C, Haven, and D, Icebox. Which map is based in Japan? A, Split, B, Bind, C, Haven, and D, Icebox. So make sure to type your answers right now in the comment section, and at the end of the series we will be selecting the winner, who will be walking away with some goodies courtesy of SLTMOBITEL Esports, which is absolutely amazing. So not just for the players taking part, there is a chance to walk away with some goodies for the people at home watching and supporting their teams as well. Having said that, I think today we can take a look at the rosters. I think already everyone in the country right now knows the two rosters, but let's have a look at the two rosters as well from UG Academy as well as UG Team Valorant, and we do have it on screen right now. So UG Valorant is going to be the usual 5 players. It's going to be Scrim, Benji, Chroms, Defiance, and Roach. Excuse me for always saying Defiance for KUCF. I mean Defiance, again, a long-standing player coming in from CS. Just got so used to his OG in-game name. It's very hard to get away from it. But on the other side, we do have UG Academy. We have Rahaya, Cosmos, Kenji, Jazz, Zero, and EXO. So the question here is, which roster are they going to be coming out with? Are they going to change the rosters for the map, or is it going to be a set roster? We'll have to wait and see. What are your thoughts on that, Kenny? Do you think Jazz will make another showing? Because Jazz came only in the second map yesterday.
Yeah, so what we saw, I believe, was in the first match, rather in the first map, we saw Cosmos playing the Astra, and then when it came for Jazz's turn to play, he was on the Brimstone when it was on Vine. I feel like it would be more of who is going to play what than who will actually play them. So if they decide to go on a map which favors maybe a Viper or even Astra, Cosmos might be the controller, or otherwise we might be seeing Jazz playing the game. But just switching things up, and both players will be available when it comes to it.
Okay, and now the next interesting question is, what maps are we going to be seeing in this BO3 here? What are the maps that has been banned? What have these players picked up? Because now this is a bit of a doozy, because these two teams obviously know each other so well by this time, because UG Academy joined UG sometime back now. It has been over a couple of months now, so they have enough time to scrim against each other. So the interesting one here is, what are the maps here? So we do have it on screen right now. UG Valorant actually going with Haven. This is an interesting story here, because I haven't seen them picking up this map as a first pick. And then on the side of UG Academy, we have Bind, very strong. They have had a really good performance on it, but so has UG Valorant. It's going to be a tough map here, and a decider on Split. I think if it does go to the decider, I feel like it will favor UG Valorant just because of how good Chroms and Scrim are on this map. But yeah, it's going to be a tough one. But in terms of bans, we do have Fracture, Ascent, Breeze, and Icebox being taken out. Again, I think very solid bans coming out from both teams, having read each other very, very well here. Question mark here is why they didn't ban Split, and why UG Valorant did not pick up Split as their first pick. We'll have to wait and see what the performance looks like from them on Haven. But Kitty, in terms of the first two maps, who are you favoring? We already know Split might be UG Valorant's Team Valorant's map, but first two maps, where is your money at, like Bind and Haven?
When it comes to Haven, I'm yet to see actually Academy playing. But we've known, we've known that this was actually a map which WG used to be really dominant on. And with the additions of those two players into UG, with this combination, I feel like UG will actually have a higher chance of coming on top in a map like Haven.
Indeed, I think I have to share your same sentiments here, because even UG Valorant here, without Chroms and Scrim joining their ranks, they were really good on this map. I think the only team that actually did give them a really good fight on Haven and actually win against them was, I don't know whether you remember Deadshot's previous team, I can't remember the name now, but they were one of the first teams to beat UG Valorant here. Crash landing on you, Cloy, right? Exactly. Yeah, Cloy was the only or the first team to beat UG Valorant in Sri Lanka, and one of those maps were on Haven, and they were completely dominant against UG Valorant. But having said that, though, they do prefer this map. I mean, I have seen them play before. Benji is really good holding down Seaside. We even have Defiance with his Omen, and I feel like that's a very favorable pick on Haven as well. And I'm pretty sure we are going to be seeing it in his hands on Haven. But in terms of overall agent selection, Kirti, what are you looking at for Sentinels, Duelist, and Controllers here?
Okay. So I feel like in terms of the controller, we will be seeing Brimstone. I've seen Brimstone being used a lot at a map like this. I feel like in terms of Duelist, we might be seeing a Jet, but then again, I would not be surprised if we see like a Curveball in the mix, maybe even a Neon, because we've seen teams like Weavan actually playing a lot of Neon, and yeah, so that might make things interesting. I feel like a Chamber has become a really staple pick in any map, and I have no reason to believe it'll be anything different here. And to finish things up, a Sky or even a Sova, I would say, is what will make the dream team here.
I did see a bit of KO also on Haven. I think I was watching V1 versus Sentinels, I think yesterday, I think it was, and I did see a KO come out from Sentinels, that was. So, I mean, it's very hard to rule any of these agents out, but I feel like both these teams will be sticking to their comfort zones and playing with the agents that they're comfortable with to, you know, maybe put out the performance that they're capable of putting out. And I feel like UG Valorant might not, Team Valorant might not run the Brimstone just because of how good Defiance is on Omen. So I feel like we might not see a Brimstone come out from them, but on the other hand, we saw how good Jazz was yesterday on Brimstone. I mean, that was such an amazing performance on Bind from him. Absolutely insane. I mean, it came to a point that Team Academy left Jazz anchoring down B site alone, and they didn't really care because they were so confident that Jazz will be able to completely dominate regardless of who is there to help him out. So with that, I think we do have the game readying up. We'll be able to see whether our predictions are right and what agents they will be picking up. So hopefully, I think we are just waiting on a couple of players to ready up, and hopefully we will be getting into the game. Again, a massive shout out to SLTMOBITEL Esports for organizing the tournament. You guys have been absolutely amazing, giving these players the chance to prove themselves as one of the best in the country. But Kitty, we are going into the agent select here. So Scrim, we have a Jet showdown here with Scrim and Kenji both coming out. I think this favors Scrim for sure with his operator.
Indeed, and we do see like Defiance might be going with that Omen that you were talking about, which is understandable given how good Defiance is on that Omen. Crumbs is... Okay, so we have a double Duelist lineup coming in from the side of UG, and the Academy... It looks like they are hovering on that Euro as of right now. We're yet to see it. Okay, there you go. This seems like a more obvious pick coming in from here. And we have the Chamber, and the Breach might be interesting here. I actually haven't seen EXO playing controllers before. Interesting that it's not Jazz who is going to be on that Brimstone that we saw him play really well yesterday. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how this goes. What are your thoughts, Tara?
So my question here is why we don't see a Chamber on the side of UG Valorant. That is number one. But I think that is understandable as just because of how good Killjoy is on this map. And I mean, so many lineups, so many places to place your lockdown, especially on that ace side. You have some sneaky lineups where you can place the lockdown and throw a molly into the corner at a long to, you know, catch players off guard who are trying to run away from the lockdown. So I feel like Killjoy is an obvious choice, but I would have loved to see a Chamber coming out from Benji because he had such a good performance on the Chamber. But not saying that his Killjoy is bad, it's just that I would have preferred to see a Chamber on that side. But Defiance obviously is sticking with his Omen. He's just an absolute beast on the agent. And Scrim, I mean, hands down the best operator player in the country. What better agent to give him than Jet? Having said that, though, we have seen him on a Sage with an op as well. I mean, whatever agent he plays, the operator has to be their main point here. And I think that's something that UG Team Valorant was lacking in their previous roster, where they did not have a staple guy to run the op. and with the addition of Scrim, I think that's a huge addition for them. And the fact that they didn't actually have a raids play, I think these are very minor things that has been fixed in Team Valorant, where they did not have a couple of players who are comfortable with these agents, and especially Raids and Jet. I mean, these two are very popular agents, and so many maps where they are good in. It's just hard to ignore, and you really do need a player who is capable of playing these agents. And going on to the other side on Academy, bit of a question mark, like you said, on Astra. I'm not entirely sure whether I like it, especially after the nerfs and all. But having said that, we'll have to wait and see how it works out. But we do have Team Valorant starting off on the attack with Academy on the defense. Let's see how all this goes down and whether we will get to see a 3-game series here. But it looks to be a C hit coming out to start things off.
Indeed, I think just adding on to that, I'd like to mention the fact that Jazz is playing the Breach, which is maybe one of the most, if not the best, counter against skill to a map like this. But to start things off, Scrim dashing into site with the smoke bombs is there. Good for the first kill. EXO is taken down, 0 on the refrag. And it is a 4v4 in sight as the spike goes down. Things clear down, and with plenty of time remaining, the spike is taken down by Defiance.
Indeed, and now for the push coming out, this garage push is going to be caught off guard. Meanwhile, Kenji puts Scrim down. That's a massive skill to have. Meanwhile, Roach will find the refrag, but 0 with the kill on Roach. The frags are falling left, right, and center. Now it's down to 2v2. The defuse gets tagged. Defiance will get taken down. Benji for 1. Can he get more? Down to 91 HP. He's trying to find the kill on Rahaya. Down to very low HP. He's tapping, but he might not be able to make it. Just too low to fight it off. And Benji for the clutch on the pistol round, and they will be happy with that. I think it looked a bit scary there for a moment.
Indeed, too close for comfort, but in the end, UG, the OG team, managed to win that round with, I believe, a 3k coming in from Benji in the clutch. So yeah, a good start, a really fast and aggressive start, I might add, but you know, that is the way that UG normally plays. And there is no reason to believe that this game will be any different in pace.
Indeed. Bit of a tough one calling out the names here on the two teams. Team Valorant is not the easiest of names to call out. So we'll stick with OG here. I feel like we'll stick with UG, OG and UG Academy here. But meanwhile, the hit is going to come towards this A side. The first spy coming out from the side of Team Valorant here. Roach will find that first kill onto Kenji coming in. Scrim looking for 1. He will get that kill onto Rahaya. Takes quite a bit of damage here, but Jazz will get down through the smoke. And this is such a fast round coming out. EXO, the last man surviving, will recover Spectre. Crumbs is trying to push him
look
down.
At this. EXO actually managing to sneak into side through that smoke. And it's going to be a reverse defense here coming in from the side of UG.
They might have realized this. Okay. EXO might... I think he might have made a noise there for a moment. I feel like otherwise he might have been able to get off with a ninja defuse there. But I think UG Valorant was reading that he might have been actually inside because they couldn't see him, right? Because he fired like a couple of seconds before. And then he completely went missing, so probably the obvious place was inside the site.
Yeah, they might have assumed he just snuck in behind them. But nonetheless, yeah, they managed to get 2 guns, but Benji deciding to buy a rifle and the Crumbs with the judge in hand.
Benji actually bought into the rifle on that second round, so he is holding on to it from the previous round, but we do have a full buy coming out from the side of Academy here, just with a half shield on Kenji, but the rest of them with a full buy here. But again, the entry onto the C side, this has been very fast. 0 picks out Chromes, which is a massive kill to have again. That's 1 player down. They are going to peek through. They find 2 Rahaya with a really good spray transfer there. EXO will find 1. Benji though with the refrag onto EXO. It's a 1v1, but Benji clutching it out, and Jazz will finally trade him out. Benji again trying to clutch things out, and they're going to be happy with that. They took 3 rifles off the board.
Yeah, but you know, nonetheless, Rahaya just walking into side, managing to get 2 players was not contested. Even the spike was taken down. You know, just a bit of an opening there, Kevin, from the side of UGOG. See, there you go, 1, 2, finally taken down by Scream, but nonetheless, that was an opening which I think UGOG should not have allowed. Maybe just taking the game a bit too casual at the moment. But nonetheless, yeah, as you said, that was their bonus round, and they did do decent damage.
Indeed, and I feel like you said, I don't think Benji should have been allowed to get those kills there. But having said that, they are going to be going Kenji in a little bit of trouble here with the Spectre in hand. The stun is going to come through onto Scrim, and Scrim will get taken down by Kenji, who does have the Guardian. I thought it was a Spectre for a moment, but it was the Guardian, and that's the first kill falling down. So 4v4 here, and we have things slowing down for the first time.
Yeah, both duelists taken down from both sides. The Jets reduced to ashes, but okay, there we go. The lockdown is put in from the side of UGOG, which would... Oh, okay, there you go. This is what I'm talking about. They do have that breach to work with, meaning the lockdown was, I believe it was just taken down from the aftershock.
Indeed, and meanwhile Roach will find that kill on Rahai. That's a huge kill to have again. Roach inside A side. This is such a fake. Roach is creating so much of space right now because the rest of the team, he has actually gone towards C site, and UG Academy has no idea this is happening. And if Roach can find one more here, it's going to be devastating, and Roach will get finally taken down. But the spike is all the way towards the C site, and they will be able to fight for this post plant here.
Indeed, and they do have a lot of stuff to work with. They do have the showstopper in the hands of Crumbs, but as well as the Astral Divide in the side of UG Academy. So they might want to stick to the site as of right now. One player just gets spotted, but then the nanoswarms are good to waste a few bit of time as well.
Yeah, Benji is buying so much time here, and now the Astral Divide will go out. Benji is going to get pushed down here. Benji gets one. He shouldn't have been able to get that, and 0 for the trade though. But that should not have happened because I'm pretty sure they saw Benji behind the box.
Indeed they did, but in the end it looks like they kind of forgot about him, deciding to focus on the other two players. And you know, you should never ever count Benji out of the game, and they did pay for that.
And we were talking about how good Benji is on the chamber, but look at this performance coming out from him. Just 4 rounds in, 7 frags under his belt, already fragging hard for the side of Team Valorant here. And right now, Academy, they did have moments of brilliance here, but I think this round was all on Roach for buying so much of time there and giving a free plant to the side of Team Valorant here.
Indeed, and of course the ults getting popped in from the side of UGA. Both the Tour de Force and the Bladestorm will be used by them right now. And I'd just like to mention one more thing. As I said, you know, they do have the breach to work with, so Benji is going to have to be a bit more smart about where he decides to put down his lockdowns. But Kenji, to start things off, managing to take down Crom, Scrim on the refrag, and Jazz meanwhile with a shorty getting the second kill.
Didn't Zero have the rendezvous there? I think he would have been able to rendezvous out after the first kill. But down to a 2v2 now.
He should have, yes. Yeah. And the rotate coming in. But look at this. The Astra is already in sight. The Benji, I feel like... Is he aware of this?
The judge, no way! That's Thrifty coming out from the side of Team Academy, and what a hold it was.
Absolutely, the best gun to have in a position like that, an EXO with its other hand, just cleaning things up, and a really good round overall. Yeah, I mean, a lot of players look. I mean, Jazz managing to take down Roach with that shorty, and then in the end, EXO cleaning things up with the Judge as well. I'm not quite sure how Jazz actually managed to get that kill on Roach, but that was the server, and it should not have happened like that. He does have the Aldron to work with. He does have his recons.
Then this is forcing UG Team Valorant into a bit of a save here, taking so much of damage. Crumbs almost dying there, down to 51 HP, and going to be a tough one. Meanwhile, Bladestorm in the hands of Scream. He was spotted out as that Astral Smoke fell. But again, a bit of a chaotic one coming out. Shock Dart Scream in the meantime will find EXO here. Will get the reset on his blades. They are pushing forward. We have an operator in play in the hands of Kenji, I'm assuming. And this is going to be a tough one if they are still going to go into C-side.
Okay, they played smart. They decide to rotate. They do know the operator is there. He puts the bomb boot to flush it out. The paint shells follow. And he decides to put the showstopper. Okay. That was I would say that was a smart play there. Yeah.
Indeed.
It's good for one. Leaving them in a 4v3 in this attack.
And they get the plant down on this save run, so they're going to be really happy with this regardless of the outcome. But it is going to be a 3v4, but Scrim still with the Blade Storm, and this man, let's see what he can do with this though. Like if he can get at least one more here, they're going to be really happy with this. Kenji with the operator here, looking for a pick here, and he will get shut down by Scrim already. The trade is going to be there from Zero on Haven. Sheriff fight from below from Defiance. Roach will find another though. This is absolutely horrible, and might be two Thrifties coming out, and it is going to be a Thrifty coming out from UG Team Valorant, making it a 4-2, and that's two consecutive Thrifties from either side.
Absolutely, and that is the operator picked up, and no surprise, the gun will be dropped to Scrim. So, major flashbacks, I would say, for the side of UGA if they decide to go against Scrim with that operator, but nonetheless, it is what it is. And as you said, that was the save round, which was won by the side of UG Valorant. And the score is 4-2 in favor of them. And with that, Academy will be going on into a broken bye. They decide to save for the next one.
Indeed, and it is going to be another C push coming out from the side of UG Team Valorant. Oh my god, no way Scrim just does that. No shot, man. What was that?
I'm pretty sure Rahia is so confused by what just happened.
There is no shot. That was such a random shot, and Scrim finds another coming out of garage here. And meanwhile, Zero will find one with the headhunter onto Chroms there. Scrim is going to pick for more here. The shot, he's going in with the shotty, trying to updraft, and yes, he will get that kill onto EXO with the shotty as well. Roach will find the kill onto Zero with Defiance to clean things up, making it 5-2, and right now Team Valorant is firing on all cylinders.
Indeed, what a way to start things off, and look at this once again. Okay, so the recon does come in, but nonetheless, yeah, a really good kill there. And you know, Scrim was given the up, delivered to him on a silver platter by Kenji in the last round, and the man is just playing with the gun he was given. You can't blame him for buying enough because he did not buy it. Man's just
because you, I mean, you don't tend to buy the operator on attack, at least unless your backs are against the wall, because you don't want the defenders to be having an op. But when it's just given to you, I mean, why not?
Why not?
Meanwhile, they are pushing.
And look at this, so pushing in close. I believe he did not get spotted out, and Rahia is good for a second. Benji on that trade. Spots Benji actually, yeah, what a nice control of recall there. Managing to get 3 kills in the midst. That was literally all of the players of the defense just cut down to size in the mid there by Benji. And it leaves Jazz alone in this 1v2. He does have the Rolling Thunder to work with, but I believe he might be saving that for a far more better round. And the spike is planted for long. Scrim has the up in hand, and Defiance falls down to Swords as well, which leaves Jazz in a really, really tough retake here.
Yeah, I don't think he can go for the defense. He needs to take these 1v1s, and he is being given these 1v1s. Scrim, he's not picking it so far. Oh, he taps it. I don't think that was the smartest of choice, and Defiant will put Jazz down. Maybe he should have looked into Swords. Maybe he should have looked into long there, because Scrim was actually not watching at all. So Jazz might have been able to get the backstab on him there, but deciding to tap it probably wasn't the play, I feel like.
Look at this play from Benji there. Absolutely insane. Should not have gotten 3 kills there, but look, 1, 2, the transfer, and the third. Amazing.
I mean, I really do feel sorry for the Astra. He was in his Astra form as well, trying to lay down some smokes at the time. But again, Benji and Scrim just putting on a show right now, and it is looking tough. So as I say that though, that's the operator down on the side of UG Valorant, and Academy off to a good start on this round. The push is towards this B main area, at least mid, and a lot of map presence has been taken by the side of Team Academy. Got a lot of information.
Indeed, just clearing things off, making sure that no presence is there on C-Long. The players have... Oh, good, but look at this. Kenji has actually made his way to C-Long, grabbed that operator back, and brought it back into the C side. But meanwhile, in the side of A, UG Valorant have taken control side, and the spike will go down. And mind you, it is planted for long as well. so they do have enough presence, and they can actually stay away from the lockdown. Apologies, the lockdown is available as well, so they can waste time if needed.
Okay, Rolling Thunder going to be used as well as the lockdown and the Astral Divide. Everything is going to be used. They are going to be halving this for the timing, but oh my good god, Roach and Crumbs, no way that this is possible. And Defiance, no shot. There is no way that they pull that off. So many ultimates used by UG Academy and just completely shut down by Team Baron there. They used the Rolling Thunder, they used the Astral Divide, and the only thing that wasn't used was the Killjoy Lockdown, and Benji actually used their own Killjoy Lockdown, but halving that spike costed them so much.
Yep, just one correction that we only have one Killjoy in the match, which is Benji.
Oh, sorry.
And yeah, he did use his lockdown. So yeah, but nonetheless, there was 2 ults used from the side of the defenders, 1 from the side of the attackers, and you know, the nanostorms and the shock darts, everything was point on from the side of UG Valorant, and that was a really well played post plan.
Kenji though holding this long area and will put Shrimp down. That again, nice kill to have. Meanwhile, EXO pushing forward. Defiance though will pick through the smoke and take him out. No support coming out for EXO. EXO being caught out alone with no possibility of a refrag coming out, and Crumbs is going to be no way. No, not like this for UG Academy. And meanwhile though, Roach, sorry, Zero gives the same treatment to Defiance, but it is down to a 2v3. Call it a 2v2.5 here, because we do see one of the players actually extremely low, the Sova, being extremely low here.
But I'm pretty sure they did not expect Roach on top, and yes, exactly, he is good for that kill on Jazz and Roach to clean things up. That is Rahia taken off the board as well. But nonetheless, you know, just dissecting that round, I don't think Kenji should have died the way he did. I believe Crumbs just walking in from A long, making his way into sewers and just hitting him in the back was not the way for Kenji to die without opening his hand. But nonetheless, yeah, kind of a break in the defense there, just walking into sight. And I wish I could just hear the VC from their side right now.
Indeed, and I'm not entirely sure why they're saving right now. I'm sorry, they have one more round, okay. But I mean, this is a very tough situation to be in. But again, a massive push coming out from C Long there with the Jet and the Breach, the usual setups coming out from them, but not getting anything out of it. I think the read was really good from UG Baron there, just staying back, not giving away anything and not giving out free rifles there. EXO, of course, with his judge, walks forward, and Benji with the lurk will take him out. Meanwhile, Crumbs will find the kill onto Kenji as well. Zero with the 24s will put Benji down. Rahaya finds another kill with the Sheriff, but Scrim immediately with the refrag, and now the 24s against the 3 players on the side of UG Baron. This is going to be a tough one to take.
Indeed, seems like an impossible retake here, because we have the 3 players in long, the up in the hand of Scrim, and the Omen still alive as well. I believe the Tour de Force was indeed popped from Zero, but okay, there we go. And the up versus the Tour de Force, and Scrim does not lose or miss a shot like that. The score is 9-2 in favor of UG OG, going really strong in this match, and Academy struggling to hold their line. But nonetheless, doing a valiant effort, just needing to fix, and yeah, just needing to fix and plug a few small holes like that. But nonetheless, it looks like we are in for a heck of a series in this final.
Indeed, and again, very little mistakes coming out. EXO not clearing his left side, just costed him there. And with the judge, he might have actually been able to take that fight, and that would have been a rifle recovered for them as well to try and fight it off. And the very small mistakes from coming out from UG Academy costing them rounds right now. But with that, we do have another push coming towards this mid area. A lot of mid presence being shown in garage as well as in front of this B side. But as I say, that Zero will put Scrim down. That's the operator out of the hand, and we have Crumbs settling forward here. It's the showstopper up, and he throws it out and does not find anyone. And Roach will find the kill onto EXO. The trade is going to be there from Rahaya. In the meantime, Zero will find Benji. This might actually be a 9-3 half if things keep going this way, unless Defiance and Roach can pull something off here.
Yep, they do have the Hunter Shuri's to work with on both sides, and Defiance has the ult as well. But Kenji holding A long with the up in hand would mean rotating back to A would be a clear death sentence. Roach does get spotted out by Jazz there playing inside of C, and quickly refragged by Defiance. Has two players in front of him. Will he be able to get that kill? He gets spotted. Gets one. There's the second. There is good for that second kill, and Defiance left alone to fight this against Kenji with the open hand. He does have his ultimate ability as well to use. Has the freedom to go into whatever side he pleases. Kenji is aware of this, I believe, and yes, indeed. Deciding to stick to A right now.
I mean, tough situation for him to be in. Ooh, he might. Oh, he saw him.
Okay.
He saw him the last second.
That is all the intel he needed, and he is free to take the plant down in B.
He is going to use that blind to reposition himself and holding an off angle here, since he does know that Kenji is with the op, and Kenji takes a shot, misses. And he will miss again, but Defiance with the 4K to clutch the round out and make it a 10 to half. Academy falling apart here. I feel like, yes, they have got really good, but playing together a lot also has its faults here, and UG Team Valorant is reading them like an absolute book here.
Absolutely. What a way to end the half there from Defiance. A quick 3K to start things off, and in the end, a smart play to plant the spike and ending Kenji like that. At the end of the first half, in the first map, which is Haven, apologies, the scoreline is 10 to 2 in favor of UG Valorant, and it looks like unless Academy manages to pull something magical out of their hat, we might be seeing UG Valorant walking away with this first map.
Indeed, we have seen comebacks, but whether UG Academy can do it against this heavily experienced squad on the side of UG Team Valorant is going to be the question. Meanwhile, there is a bit of a default coming out, but a lot of map presence. Look at the map presence that Team Valorant has right now. There's a lot of map given away and a lot of information with that as well. And Krobs is good for the first kill on Rahaya already. The refrag is going to be there onto Stream, fighting it off. Kroms will get taken down, so that's a 3v4, excuse me, in favor of Team Academy here. So good way to start things off so far, and the push will be towards C side.
Done on Kenji as well. So as you said earlier, 3 versus a 3.5, but nonetheless the side is taken from the side of UG Academy. Kenji is low on health, but just decide to push to the front as well. The spike will go down.
Again, they need to play this very carefully. They don't want to give away any free kills. They will. Oh, as I say that, Benji will find that kill onto Kenji there, and they are going in with the blinds. Benji will find another onto Jazz. EXO with the trade, and that leaves Defiance alone and dead. With the pistol round going in favor of UG Academy, and a good way to start things off if they want to make a comeback.
Indeed, a much needed run from the side of UGA to stay in the game, which means the scoreline is 10-3, and hopefully with the Spectres and the full shields coming in, they might be able to make it 10-4. We have seen eco rounds coming in, especially from the side of UG. So it could be 11-3, it could be 10-4, but yeah, let's see how it goes.
Indeed, but we do have UG going in for a bit of a force here. In terms of their weapon, they have one Marshall, a couple of Sheriffs here as well. Let's see how much. I mean, they can afford to do this. They have such a big lead. They can afford to do this, but it's going to be all about damage. How much damage that they can do to the side of Academy, and whether they will be able to pull off a thrifty even at this point.
Indeed, okay. Apologies, I did not see them forcing, but yeah.
Forcing this in not a full force, but I'm pretty sure they won't be able to buy a full set of shields and rifles next round. Yeah. Meanwhile, the Suns are going to come through. Scrim finds one, but the shutdown is going to be there from Kenji as well as 0. So that's going to be already a 4v3 here. But if they can find kills, obviously UG Team Valorant is looking for kills right now. Kenji holding a very tight angle inside the smoke here. Will pick at the right moment and take out Roach and leaving the last 2. Unnecessary push, I feel like, and that is so unnecessary coming out from Kenji there. There was
Indeed, and that
absolutely
is
no necessity.
Sanjay with that trophy in hand. Spots one, but Zero is good for that kill, leaving Defiance alone, and EXO will clean things up. The scoreline is 10-4. Academy making a comeback, I would hope. Yeah, as you said, an unnecessary push there from Kenji, but nonetheless, they do win that round. But that was a half buy from the side of UG Academy, and a bit of a weird buy from the side of Academy as well. Apologies from the side of UG OG. And it looks like they will have the better economy, I believe, heading into this round to buy the rifles. We'll have to see how the economy stands, but nonetheless, Academy, trying to stay in this fight.
Indeed. So we do have rifles coming out, but I don't think they have a full set of utility here on everyone. We already see no owl drone on Roach here, so we will be lacking a couple of weapons here. And Stream also does not have a weapon. He's probably saving up
And it
to
looks
go
like
into an
they might be pushing mid here. I think no, Scrim does have a rifle. Yeah, there you go.
okay.
He did have it in his back pocket, and it looks like once again we might be seeing some big aggression coming in here from mid. And he says yes, so I hope it's yes.
We have seen UG Valorant do this before, where when they know that the enemy team is on a weak buy, they tend to go ham and just push forward with it, regardless of whether they are on defense or attack. But they need to be careful as well to not give away too much, because it is their full buy coming out, or them basically buying out with all their creds here, so they will not be able to buy anything at all next round if they do lose any rifles here. And we do, like I said, a bit of a weak buy here, multiple half shields, Benji with half, Shrim with half, and Roach with also half shields here, and a Bulldog in the hands of Defiance here. But on the other side, we do have two rifles coming out.
Yep, and we are heading into attack pause. Okay, scratch that, we are back in the game.
3 rifles, scratch that, because Zero also did buy into a rifle. Now, my good god, stripped down to 1 HP. He's not going to be happy with that, but Defiant will shut Zero down.
Yep,
obviously, they are looking for damage right now.
But Jazz holding this push, hoping it will come an aggressive push from A side, but nothing so far. Defiance was happy with the 1 kill, deciding to fall back into the safety of garage window. And Scrim as well, not the best of the fight, barely on 1 HP, will live to fight another day as well.
Indeed, again, no real movement. They are looking and prodding here the side of UG Academy, not really knowing where to go. Meanwhile, okay, Benji gets a lot of information. He at least 3 players there, and the rotations will come out here. We do have Scrim also coming into the side, so it's going to be Roach, Benji, and Scrim inside side with Defiance just smoking things off. But the spike is still at spawn basically, and they are going to be rotating out. So this is going to be about getting the plant down for the side of UG Academy, because it is their bonus.
They are having quite a split push at the moment. 2 players focusing on C. Okay, never mind. All the players are rotating to C, where no one from UG is waiting but Chromes to catch Kenji on that rotate. And I believe that is the entire call-outs they need. And yes, the spike is going down inside of C. Kind of a botched dart there, but nonetheless, Chromes to clean Jazz off as well. And Scrim taking Rahia off, and Roach to clean things off with EXO taken down as well. Scrim put 1 HP left, somehow managing to survive all of that. And a flawless round coming in from the side of UG.
Indeed, so Academy not getting the damage that they were looking for. But nevertheless, they did get the spike down, so some consolation here, but obviously they cannot be giving away any rounds at all and should be looking for maximum damage here. And we do have Kenji calling the timeout. Tactical timeout call, just maybe to break the momentum that UG Valorant has built up. They need to do something, re-strategize here, because they basically have to play flawless Valorant from here on out.
Indeed they do, and I think they can afford rifles this round. Yeah, the last round was a save, and both sides will be playing rifles this round, and if it does not go to plan, it would make the scoreline 12-4, and I think it would be over at that point. So, as you said, this would be a do or die moment for the side of UGA, And making the most of this 1 minute to try and re-strategize and regroup and think of a new way to attack the side of UG.
Mind you, though, we did have 2 forced rifles coming out from UG Academy, so I'm pretty sure they're not all going to be able to buy up. Yes,
Okay,
they
never
are.
mind. Yeah.
Okay, they are going for a half here. They are halving this, so they are not. Okay, they're obviously going to try to win the round, but they want to have in the event that they lose the round, they want to have eco for the next round as well. So they have gone for this half shield weird buy coming out on the side of UG Academy. But the push is going to be coming in towards this mid B side here, and it's going to be held down by Defiance. Defiance good for the first one. Benji with the frag onto Kenji as well. That's already players down. Benji finds another onto Jazz. This is going to be a tough one. Benji finds the second as well, and EXO for the trade. Playing around
Scrim trying to go for the knife actually, but in the end, yeah, Roach is good to clean things up. I mean,
had the right idea.
To be fair, in every match we've played where UG have played, I believe the last kill was always Scrim knifing that person, right? So this is.
I remember this
they
on
played
Split.
against Swiftmasters, and the same thing happened on Bind as well against Swiftmasters.
Oh,
In both the matches. So if the pattern is going to repeat itself, if this is the last round, hopefully Scrim will end the things with a knife to someone's back.
We shall have to wait and see here. And now the Chroms is going to get shut down immediately, and so is Scrim. So bit of a really good start coming out from UG Academy here. The Astral Divide is going to be there as well. Oh, no. Thought about it, stopped himself. They're going to be pushing forward. We have the lockdown from Benji. Roach will put 0 down, and Jazz is going to be there for the trade. But Benji, the last man surviving, he finds one, but it's going to be all he finds with Academy. Still holding on with the 5th round being taken here.
Indeed, OG trying to go for that aggressive start, trying to clean things up very quickly, but did not go in their favor. UG Academy was expecting that, and they were able to quickly take down both Chroms and Scrim on that attack. But nonetheless, Scrim, with that operate in hand, it looks like a full buy coming in from their side, with the exception of Benji with a Guardian and a half shield in hand. In the side of Academy, it seems to be... Okay,
They basically
Kenji
have
does...
no money.
Yeah, but they do have the Tour de Force and the Bladestone to work with, and they once again go really aggressive inside.
They're pushing forward. They are looking for the plant here. Not going to be able to find it. Faking the flying for the moment. Defiance has moved himself up, but Kenji will put him down with the Blade Storm here, and he's going to be able to get out. And the Boombot not being dealt with, and Chroms with the Showstopper will find one. Jazz though with 2 really good quick kills. Scrim in the meantime will find one. Chroms trying to go for the defuse here, and 0 will shut him down, and now it's going to be Scrim up against the 2 players with the operator in hand. Obviously not wanting to lose this. Will they look to contest Scrim is going to be the question though. Scrim has the Blade Storm as well. He's looking for a kill here. A pixelated angle being held.
Pixel angle by 0. He's not going to budge from there, and Scrim is going to run out of time, and Jazz to clean things up, making the scoreline 6-12 in favor. Still with UG in the lead, just on match point, but Academy trying their best to stay in the game, and a very well played round from them.
Yeah, and they did use quite a bit of utility there. The Astral Divide, the Rolling Thunder being committed, but they did win the round and got an op for the troubles as well.
I feel like if Kenji had actually, Benji had actually put down her lockdown, used the lockdown, the site clearance would have been a bit more cleaner, which would have meant that they would have had a few more players left alive in sight to actually get the spike diffused.
Mind you, look at the hole that goes out.
Indeed. With the shotgun in hand is good to dink him, and no, 0 is good to clean things up, and good for a second. Both Chroms and Defiance falling really quickly,
But
and
he
the
wasn't expecting the third. he wasn't expecting Benji, but Benji gets a rifle, but not going to be able to do anything with that as Jazz puts him down. And now this UG Academy making a statement here, making a comeback. And we have seen this from them every time. Every time they come out of a tactical timeout, they seem to be switching on a different switch here. We saw it against Miss Walkers yesterday. They were behind, and just after a tactical timeout, it was a completely different game coming out from them.
Indeed, I believe it was 0-6 against Mistworkers, and they managed to make it 6-6 at the end of that first half. So if they are able to achieve that same sort of success here would be the question. But nonetheless, Roach once again with that early on hunt is sure to do a bit of damage. But Chromes meanwhile on the other side is good for that first kill. Benji with the second, EXO is taken down. 0 with the refrag, trying to even things off, but Chromes good for a kill on Jazz, and the 2 remaining players are left huddled on a C long. What will they make of this? Chromes spots the second.
Oh no. That is Chromes finishing things up with a shotty, and Scream being denied the chance to knife someone there. But what a dominant performance coming out from the OG squad on the side of UG there. Taking game number 1 in this grand finals. Things are looking definitely a bit dire for the side of Academy here. But let's have a look at what happens in game number 2, because it is their map selection, it is Bind that they have picked up, and we did see some outstanding performances coming out from the side of Academy yesterday on Bind. So we'll have to wait and see what type of performance they can pull off on that. But let's take a quick look at the scoreboard here. 0 on that Chamber, putting out a really good performance with 20 kills. Both the Sentinels on either side just fragging out like crazy. And then we do have Jazz, Exo and Kenji coming in with 13, 12 and 11, and Reheya with that 8 kills. But on the side of UG Team Valorant here, 21, 17, 16, 15, 14, everyone just pitching in here, making sure the scoreline is in their favor at the end of map number 1. But we are going to Bind Kitty. Before we do get into talks about that, of course, I do need to mention about the giveaway, guys. We do have a giveaway happening for everyone who is watching from home. We should be able to get the question on screen shortly for the giveaway. And yes, we do have the question here. Which map is based in Japan here? Answer number A, Split. Answer number B, Bind. C, Haven. And D, Icebox. Make sure to type the correct answer in the comment section and stay throughout the entire series to figure out who won, because one lucky winner will be walking away with some exciting goodies courtesy of SLTMOBITEL Esports. And having said that, guys, a massive shout out to them. 100,000 rupees of prize money being given away for the tournament, on top of the 50,000 rupees worth of Valorant points being given by them. So a massive shout out for them for hosting, I think, the first Valorant tournament, first official Valorant tournament in Sri Lanka for the year, if I'm not mistaken. I might be wrong, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it is the first one. And what a tournament it has been, with the format being absolutely amazing, because this format is something that I love. It gives up and coming teams the chance to prove themselves without straight off the bat having to go up against the big names like UG Team Valorant or Academy or Mistwalkers or Whiffmasters. You don't want to go right off the bat against one of these teams and get knocked out even before you had the chance to prove yourself. Whereas SLT Esports Valorant did have that format with 4 qualifiers, where teams could play multiple qualifiers and have a chance to qualify for the top 8 spot in Sri Lanka. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be heading into a very short break. Do stay tuned. We will be back with game number 2 of the grand finals in the SLTMOBITEL Esports Valorant Rivals. We'll be right back, guys. Hello and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the SLTMOBITEL Esports Valorant Rivals Grand Finals. Game number 2, it is UG Team Valorant taking on UG Team Academy. And we did have OG Team taking game number 1 in very convincing fashion. Yes, the scoreline was 13-7, but I feel like they were strolling towards that latter part in the second half. But it was a 10-2 half to convert into a 13-7 victory. And Kitty, we are going into game number 2. It's unbind. I mean, obviously, everyone watching at home, we all want to see game number 3 here. But do you think UG Academy can pull off an upset on bind here?
Well, I mean, throughout this tournament, I don't think any of these teams actually lost the matches they played on bind. Both, I mean, from the semis in the quarters, both of these teams won their bind matches, if I'm not mistaken. So both teams are really strong, but then again, you know, as you said, the first match was quite convincing. And even though UG Academy might have actually been a bit more convincing in those gunfights as well, I think this would also be pretty straightforward in favor of Union Gaming, the OG team.
Indeed, and before we do get into game number 2 here, we do have the giveaway for everyone watching at home. Let's have the question on screen right now. The question is, which map is based in Japan? The answers are A, Split, B, Bind, C, Haven, and D, Icebox. So make sure to type the correct answer in the comment section right now, and the winner will be announced at the end of the series, and one lucky winner will be able to walk away with some goodies courtesy of SLTMOBITEL Esports. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be heading into game number 2, which is going to be on bind. Kitty, I know the players are just starting up the game. What do you think in terms of agent selection here?
In terms of agent selection from both sides, I believe we will see the Brimstone being played in terms of controller. We know Jazz is quite mean on that. And if Defiance decides to stick to the Omen or even bring a Viper, I think is not... I mean, it could be possible because we've seen Defiance being really good with any of these operators, especially when it comes to controllers. Of course, Crumbs on that raise is the staple. Nothing to, you know, be surprised about. But this is new. Scrim, we've always seen Scrim playing the Sage when it comes to this map. But this is, I believe, the first time we're actually seeing him playing the Chamber on this map as well. And, well, you know, he has the operator, he has the tour de force, and he has the TPs to work with, which I think... I mean, I think this actually suits his playstyle, because we would normally see Benjay playing this Chamber. So to see Scrim on this is quite refreshing. And, of course, Defiance looks into the Chamber as well. But look at this. Look at the side of Union Gaming Academy. So one of the operators that I would say UG actually struggled with was the Yoru. Especially in the hands of Deadshot. So if Zero decides to look into this, I think it would be quite a nuisance for the side of UG to deal with this if played right. So we will have to see if this is something they decide to go with, but otherwise everything else seems quite normal as well. They've got the Jet, they've got... I mean, the Jet of course is debatable if the Jet or Raze would be better. And okay, Zero decides to go with the Chamber as well, but in terms of the smokes, as well as... okay, the changing things up, just deciding against what I say. So we're saying 2 controllers this time coming in from the sides of Union Gaming Academy, just changing everything in the last few seconds. So literally everything I said was wasted.
They're just putting us on the spot. I'm pretty sure they know this, you know.
Indeed, indeed. So I believe at the end what we saw was the 2 controllers coming in from the side of Union Gaming Academy. This was something which we saw last night as well. And we saw that Jazz was amazing on that Brimstone, especially holding on to B side. And EXO, I believe, was doing his job in A side as well. And they did have the Jet to tie things up. So I think both teams are playing with what they did previously, with the exception of Benjay being on the Sage and Scrim being on the Chamber. So it's interesting to see how this would affect the game.
On a more interesting note here, this is the first time that Scrim has played in a Sri Lankan tournament another agent other than Sage and Jet, because every time if it's not the Sage, it is Jet. So this is, I'm pretty sure, don't quote me on this, but I'm almost 99.99% sure that this is the first time Scrim has brought out another agent other than Sage and Jet. It's definitely going to be an interesting one to see what they are going to do with this. Having said that though, yesterday we did not see Academy play the Jet. It was actually Kenji Benji on the Riz, if I'm not mistaken. Again, I'm pretty sure it was the case. Don't quote me on this. I have a very bad memory, but I'm pretty sure he was on the Riz, and we did not see a jet come out from him. But having said that, we
Yes.
are going to be starting with UG Valorant on the defense, with Academy on the attack here, and we do have a
Okay, so
technical
looking
pause
at
here.
the defense, okay, never mind. I assumed everyone would be stucking inside of B, but Benji and defense are making their way back to A instead. And of course, we do have Scrim with the TPs just going back and forth between the sides, and that is always something that he can use to his advantage. And even before we begin the game, as you said, we will be heading into a small tech pause. The reason, I am not quite sure why. Maybe one player did DC from the side of UGA, I would assume.
Jazz, right? I'm pretty sure it's Jazz here who has DC'd for a moment. He's the only one not moving, or might be even Benji here who is not moving at all. But hopefully we will have the players getting back into the game, and we can get underway with this game number 2. And like we said, we do really want to see a decider here, which is going to be on Split. And I mean, it is such a treat. Nothing against UG Academy here, but it's such a treat to watch Crumbs play raids on Split, and I've always loved watching that, especially Crumbs. And I think Ice Speed on Split is always a pleasure to watch. And that, I think Split is one of these maps that, you know, basically it's playground for race players. You know, you have so many satchel angles, you have so many satchel plays to make, and then holding mid with a race is almost always fun to watch. I mean, obviously I can't play race, I can't pull off any of this, but you know, it's always fun to watch someone else do it. You know, I for the love of God cannot use those satchels properly. Once I tried using the satchel, I think
Indeed,
it was on
I'm right
Ascent.
with
I
you.
went up. Yeah, I went up in one place rather than, you know, like going forward or going to a side or something. I went up in midair. I was like, what the hell is this? But you know, I mean, I'm nowhere close. But we did have a technical difficulty with one of the players by the looks of it. So hopefully he will reconnect back into the lobby and we can get the lobby restarted. But until then, you'll have to stay entertained with us. So Kitty, while we do wait for the players to connect, so I did hear that you have a bit of a British accent. Can you tell us where you get it from? Or is this how you always used to talk, or do you have some British heritage here?
No, I have nothing of that sort. Where you heard this from, I have no clue. But I would have to say this is how I would normally speak
No,
when I do speak in English.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, where I
If you say
get
so.
it from, I have no clue. But if anyone is interested, please do feel free to get in touch. Yeah.
Will you be training people to talk in the same accent that you talk in? Because this is the first. No, okay, to be fair, this is not the first time that I've heard this from, right? Even in the previous tournament that we casted together, the first tournament that you actually casted with me, I had a guy asking me, like, we have a separate Valorant chat, and they were like, "Who's the new guy who's casting? He has a very cool accent. It sounds very British." And I'm like, "Yeah, man, he does actually sound British." But you know, I always want to ask you whether you do have some British heritage there, you know, for the accent.
No, purely 100% Sri Lankan. So yeah, that is the case.
But having said that, Kitty, so you yourself play a lot of Valorant, obviously. I haven't, obviously, nowhere close to anywhere even mediocre. I'm very mediocre at the game. I'm not even average. What do you think of the game itself? Do you think it has a long like? We do have a lot of esports titles that come in and out. We have had multiple titles which come then disappear after some time. We had the likes of Overwatch, you know, having a massive bang when it did actually come out, and now it's kind of died down. Of course, there are still some countries that do play the game, but overall, when you take the worldwide arena, it is still, you know, we have games like Dota, League of Legends. Do you think Valorant is here to stay? Is the question.
Well, I mean, compared to other titles, Valorant does have a huge backing, especially from major organizations like SLT as well, you know, partnering with this and powering this entire thing. And we did have a time where, I mean, players might be angry when I said this, but there was a huge time where games like CSGO and Call of Duty were the major and staple titles in this country, and even in other parts. But yeah, it seems like the meta is kind of shifting, and Valorant has become the focus. We've had a lot of mobile games coming to the front as well, but in terms of PC games, I would say right now Valorant is kind of leading the herd.
Indeed, and hopefully it is here to stay. To be fair, like when I started out the game, I did come in from Apex Legends in terms of being an FPS player, and then I found the game a little bit slow. But as soon as I started playing it and started enjoying it, so hopefully it is here to stay for the long run because it's such an enjoyable game. But having said that, we are getting into game number 2 here, and like I said before, it is going to be UG Team Valorant on the defense with Academy on the attack, and we already see a fight into hookah here. Roach blinding through, Chroms trying to peek through. Chroms have taken a little bit of damage here, just a little bit of a jiggle pick going here and there, and with the blind Chroms he's going to be pushing out, and Kenji is going to be caught with his pants down there on the Riz. And oh wait, we did have a switch up here. He was on the Jet before. Meanwhile, those Scrim manages to pick up EXO, and Scrim will find another one to Rahaya and just for the trade though, but it is 1.5 versus 4 here, and make that a half against 4 right now because we do have the last player 0 on very low HP, maybe having around 50 here. Benji with 3 bullets to clean things up, and that's round number 1, the pistol round going in favor of UG Valorant here.
Indeed, aggression from the get-go. We had Chroms and Roach just holding on to hookah and being quite aggressive there, getting the initial picks, and that was quite snowballing into the win of the first round. We were yet to see Scrim with that headhunter popping heads, but we do have a lot more rounds to go, so we will see some decent kills coming in from him as well with the headhunter. But yeah, he does have the ghost in hand, and just Scrim doing Scrim things, and that is the first round in favor of UG. And now
again
with
the
respect hands once again, the push. Oh, look at this Chroms with the blind coming in from Roach.
Zero might die to this as well, and yes, he couldn't TP out in time. But Rahaya will find a Spectre recovered here. No, he cannot get to it. And that is going to be Defiance getting EXO on the other side. And Roach finish off on Rahaya. As expected, not a flawless, but as expected, the second round going in favor of UG Team Valorant here.
Indeed, with a fake flash and the final kill from Roach to clean things up. The scoreline is 2-0. Really quick 2 rounds, I might add, to make the scoreline as such. And this would now be the first buy round coming in from the side of UG Academy.
Indeed. One thing, though, I need to mention is that the lack of a flash on the side of UG Academy. I feel like you need a flash, and it's so hard to deal with flashes on Bind. And the lack of it, I feel like, lack of a Sky, I feel like is the biggest problem here for them.
Yeah, I mean, you do not have the anti-flash to counter flashes coming in from Roach, which is going to be a nuisance, but you don't need flashes if you have the guns in the hands of EXO. And Kenji with the Judge to clean off Chroms as well, making it a quick 5v3 and the inside. But Scrim says, thou shalt not pass. It's good for 1, it's good for a second.
Good for the third as well, looking for more. Does manage to get the reload off, and now it's a 2v2 here. Scrim is absolutely destructive. Might find another here. Going to peek through, but will get taken down by Jazz. 3 rifles lost, but they do clean it up. And Academy with the first round on the board. Expensive, but nevertheless with a round on the board.
Indeed, quite costly, but they did manage to win that round, so they will be happy with that. And quite short on a budget here. They do have 3 rifles, but Scrim, apologies, in the side of UGA, they are quite short. In the inside of Union Gaming, Scrim has already loaded with his ultimate. He has the tour de force to work with, so we might be seeing that being used by him this round. So we'll just have to see how good he is with a second open hand.
Indeed, and this might be an inkling into a very early operator pickup as well, because he hasn't bought into the round. Meanwhile, he was playing for B-long control, and he's going to be pushing off of this as well, but the aggression is towards this A-side. A-side Lamb's control has been taken by Kenji, and we do have the TPs coming out, and they are going to be coming back into the side. It's a 5v5 for the retake here. No Sage. Benji might actually peek through here. Almost finding the player who was planting. But he does manage to back off. But it's a 5v5 inside A side. Jazz will find the first kill, but the trades are going to be there from Defiance. But Rahaya with the kill out of Benji as well, making it a 4v3. Headhunter on Stream looking for a pick off on Rahaya, and will find a pixel there to put him down.
Indeed, the scoreline is 3v3 at the moment. They do have Jazz does have the orbital strike to work with, but Defiance there to clean up Kenji as well, making it a 3v2 in favor of Union Gaming OG. Jazz stuck in a hard spot, but then the Viper's wall comes in time, and he actually decides to make his way into side, trying to get the plant down, but Roach is there to clean things up, leaving EXO alone in a 1v3, and look at this, Scrim just holding that angle, looking down the barrel, and EXO will have to somehow get away from there or even die in the process. It does look like a lost cause at the moment.
Indeed, and the interesting thing here is I understand what Jazz was thinking. He thought that with the Viper wall going up, that UG Team Valorant will think that they are going for a rotate, and he tried to sneak back into the side. But UG Team Valorant was having none of it, with all the players basically still holding and anchoring the side. But this is going to force, I think, Academy into a save, if I'm not mistaken. Again, Scrim with this Headhunter already popping off here, getting that first pick off. And I mean, this might be giving us a bit of an idea of how things are going to be going in this matchup. But a little bit too early to say. Let's see what the UG Academy can pull off here.
Absolutely, the scoreline is 3-1 in favor of them, and yeah, we are seeing a save run coming in from UGA, and Defiance to start things off. That is EXO, the Viper, taken off the board really quickly. I'm not quite sure that kill went down, but I believe that was a main.
Yeah, that was at a shot there on top of the boxes. But meanwhile, they are trying to push into this B site here, and Scrim has not decided to pick up the op here. Still on a rifle. He's going to be anchoring the side. Spike is still outside here. Kenji looking for a fight here. Will get taken down. A lot of damage onto Scrim.
Indeed, but he decides to push here instead. Might be a bit costly with the rifle in hand, but no, Scrim is good for a second. That is Jazz off the board as well. So both smokes fall for the side of the UG Academy, leaving the Chamber and Sova alone in the 5v2 situation. If they will manage to make anything out of this is yet to be seen. But look at this Zero to start things off by taking the head of Defiance with a second.
No, he popped the 244s as well. I mean, I understand the mentality, but popping it in open ground, probably not expecting the third player to be inside. But again, the read coming out from Team Valorant has been absolutely good. But let's have a look at Zero here with these shots coming out. The first kill there, the second one. He did not expect the third player to be there. And just as soon as he popped it, he realized that he was in such a bad situation. But nevertheless, we do have no operator coming out yet again. I think Scrim still sticking to that Phantom there, but another Byron coming out from the side of Team Academy here. It's 4-1 on the scoreboard going into this 6th round.
Indeed, and just to mention that both teams do have plenty of ults to work with. We have the Orbital Strike, the Showstopper, and the Resurrection side of UG. And the Orbital Strike inside of UG Academy, but I believe, as I saw, the Showstopper and as well as the Hunters were just 1 point shy of getting completed as well. So they do have the ability to farm an orb and get those intact and live if they wanted. And speaking of Orbital Strikes, the first one is good. Oh, look at this Chroms managing to take the head of Kenji and gets the spike in the process.
This is absolutely massive here. This is going to force UG Academy to take this fight around the spike, and they are in a very bad situation because they can get pushed from either side. Crumbs still holding it. Crumbs is going to peek. I think he did manage to recover the rifle. Rahaya in the meantime down to 30 HP as well. They did manage, still did not manage to pick up the spike, but now they are trying to do a full wraparound. But the spike, look at the control, like all 4 players on the side of Team Valorant here, not having any of it, just holding the angles here. TPs are going to be taken. The Orbital Strike coming out. Stream is going to be the first one going down. They're looking for more here. Will they pick up the spike? The blind is going to come through, and Zero is going to TP out. Meanwhile, Showstopper up as well, but Roach and Crumbs both putting people down left, right, and center. Zero is going to come through. We do have the Stim Beacon being used on Roach as well, but they have no time. They are looking to save these weapons here. Zero is going to peek through, not the ideal situation. I mean, there was no chance that they were winning it, so probably saving the rifle would have been the correct option, and that's exactly what EXO is looking to do, I think.
It's a really well played and well communicated run coming in from the side of UG Valorant. As soon as the spike got dropped, all the players rotated really close, with the exception of Benjay, who was kind of stuck inside of A, but nonetheless played it really smart and giving rest of the map control to the side of Academy, but holding on to what was the most important and integral part of the game within their grasp. So well played, and the scoreline is 5-1 in favor of them. Academy Was kind of slow in the first match, and seems to be the case here as well. But we might see a shift in, a change in tide quite soon.
Indeed, and with that, it's going to be a bit of a default coming out with EXO on the lurk at B long here. Again, the aggression is toward this A side, but A side is being held by 3 players here with Benji, Crumbs, and as well as Defiance on that Brimstone. But again, they are coming into this A side here. They're inching closer and closer, but the map presents, again, no real map control given away. Only B long control has been given away right now. Meanwhile, Shrimp will teleport out to the back of the side, and the spike will rotate back onto B here. Again, a very slow pace push coming out. And now the read is going to be there. This is the showstopper going to get popped as well, but there's no one inside to deal with this showstopper. It's going to be a showstopper wasted, and they have no way to open this door. And that's the showstopper wasted.
Is given to side of GG Academy.
Oh, there's some really good stuff, but he didn't get enough done. But Zero will clean it up, coming in from behind. Will get 2 kills. So this is again a good start. EXO taking a lot of damage with that Brimstone Molly. Jazz will put a Defiance down. Defiance, in the meantime, Roach will get resurrected, but Rahaya will get the kill. And Scream in the meantime has the operator out, will shut EXO down, and that's going to be Jazz managing to shut him down. And Jazz again on this bind map seems to be fragging out for the side of Academy, and that's an op recovered and a free op given to who's going to be running this? Probably the Chamber, right?
The Jazz seems to be holding on to it for the time being, but yeah, it might change hands in a bit. But nonetheless, Scrim has enough money to pick up another operator, and that is what he will be doing. Again, there you go. Both Chambers playing on those operators seems quite obvious. And the scoreline is 5-2. A good run coming in from side of Academy, quite costly, but nonetheless that is the second point for them either way. The first aggressive flash is coming in. Nothing identified, but look, there's aggression here on A main.
Benji in the meantime taking a lot of damage here. Kenji also taking a little bit of damage, but Benji obviously does have the heal to heal himself, as well as Roach, if needed, can heal him back up to full HP as well. But for the time being, again, not a lot of map presence has been taken. They are still trying to go into the A side, but A side is being anchored by 3 players here, and Benji is going to lurk forward again. He might find the first, but no. Kenji versus Crumbs with the judge, and the trades are going to be there with Jazz shutting him down, making it a 3v3 now, with Defiance finding 1. Defiance finds 2 as well, and Defiance finds the 4th. This man leaving Zero in a 1v0 at this point, with the operator also being recovered. That's 2 ops on the side of UG Valorant here, with Academy being shut down yet again.
Indeed, Defiance making an absolute statement there with a quick 4K to clean that round up, and which would mean that UG Academy will have to force apologies. Will have to save yet another round, or rather go into quite a broken by a couple of Spectres to populate the crowd, but mostly a Frenzy and a Sheriff as well. Not looking too good for them at the moment, but nonetheless they do have the tour de force to work with, and let us see how it works. Benji to start things off, to wipe off the board really quickly, and yeah, not looking good right now.
It did obviously a broken by. Look at where Crumbs is at right now. He's all the way towards spawn here, but there is a trap there, so he will get spotted out if he wants to go through here. Wall will go up, a bit of a weird wall, but they will get Benji here. That's at least 1 kill taken. Meanwhile, Defiance also with the operator is going to peek through. So 2 ops in the hands of UG Valorant here, looking for a pick off. Oh, he sees the head. Misses the shot, and he will back off with the orbital strike. Is going to come through, but Defiance has already made himself out of there. But Kenji will find that kill onto Roach, looking for another with the classic. Not going to find. Defiance puts him down. 24s will find that kill onto Stream. That's 1 operator down, but they do have another in the hands of Defiance here. Crumbs now coming in from behind. It's still numbers advantage for UG Academy. Crumbs will pick through, and he's not going to be able to make it with Rahaya taking him down. Defiance in the meantime will find Zero and the orbital strike, and Jazz will put him down with a thrifty beat taken by and Thrifty being taken by UG Academy, and the last kill going into Defiance, and we have a tactical timeout coming out from UG Team Academy. Again, it's always scary when they take a timeout. They have proven time and time again that every time they take a timeout, they come back, guns blazing to pick up a few rounds here.
Yep. The last time we saw a timeout being called by UG Academy and Bind, it was 0-6, and they managed to equal it up 6-6, and even ended up winning that match. So if they can have that same sort of success in this map against UG is yet to be seen, but nonetheless they are on their road to it. They managed to get 3 rounds. 2 operators in the hands of UG might not be the right call, but nonetheless Defiance did see a lot of really good kills with that. He would have maybe done more with the rifle in hand, but nonetheless, who knows? They do have the freedom, they do have the skill, and they do have the lead to just have some fun and experiment on new things, as we are seeing with Scrim actually sticking to the chamber. But yeah, let's see how it goes. Nonetheless, it is a really, really interesting final match to have.
Indeed, and now the push is going to be coming to the A side, and this is one of the first times. Oh no, never mind. Stress that we do have 3 players still huddled up in A, anchoring it down. But again, I feel like UG Valorant, Team Academy hasn't found an answer on entry here. Their entries have been so messed up, and I feel like that is due to the lack of a blind here. If they do have a blind, it makes it so much easier to enter sites, and I don't know, it's a bit question mark for me not having a blind. Maybe getting a KO instead of Soa or even a Sky. I feel like a Sky would have been a better option here. Oh, Benji will get shut down. They're looking for more, and there he finds another Kenji on a little bit of a roll here, finds 2 kills, and the third one also falling, so makes it a 2v5. Now that's one of the cleanest entries that the side of UGA has had, and they are holding the post plant very, very well, and Crumbs does have a bucky in his hand to try and do this.
No.
Trying to be quite gentleman, asking them to go first. Caught in a cross, Scrim is good to take him down. It is a 5v bodies. It is a 4v2, but a rifle saved, and it looks like Crumbs will be saving that gun.
Oh,
Scrim is good for a second kill.
But they won't get the defensive, they're looking for damage. Okay, Scrim was just running around there, just having a little bit of fun, and we do have the score being closed down to a 2-round lead here. UG Academy may be able to actually do this. I feel like every time they take a timeout, like I said, their timeouts are very, very effective. I think one of the most effective timeouts I have seen in the Sri Lankan scene so far, and that was so funny. They were like deciding on who to go first. Yeah, they were deciding on who to go first, and then Kenji just decides to hand himself out there on a silver platter.
Need Scrim to start things off.
But Crumbs with the paint shell, no way. And we do have the Seekers coming out. Here, Crumbs picking through, gets both the kills and finds the third as well. The trance was coming out, but Zero will find that kill onto Roach here, but making it a 1v4 here up against absolutely everyone. Zero finds another onto Benji, looking for more. He finds the third as well, but down to 10 HP now.
Indeed, he's really, really low and left to fight 2 players Scrim with the open hand, both of them on the flank. Might be able to get the plant down, never mind the spike is diffused, the spike is nowhere near, and Defiance to clean things up. Amazing round there coming in from Crumbs. That was a really quick 4k. Tried to go for the ace, managed to land a headshot with the Phantom, but in the end it was taken down.
Problems of playing the Phantom are just not the best option here.
Indeed.
But that headshot definitely allowed them to close things out, because if not, Zero, the way that his crosshair was placed at that time, he was hitting heads left, right and center. And again, we do see Jazz and Zero popping off on Bind, but the rest of the players are yet to make a statement for the side of UG Academy. Meanwhile, Benji has switched things up. He will place the ball all the way in hookah. He's going to get on top of the wall and he's going to be looking for a kill right now. With the TP coming in from Roach as well, Kenji is going to be searching himself out of there. They do have the Hunter Spirit to work with, but with that TP, they do have a little bit of information that A side might be open, and we do have the showstopper being popped by Kenji as well. And Defiance will get taken down by Rahaya there, and with the Viper Spit, there's going to be a free plant. And now this is the tough one. Crumbs using the boom bot, trying to play the angles, and the push coming through. No way. Crumbs will find Kenji
does
in the
have
meantime.
the showstopper to work with if he decides to pop it, and this is the last round, so he has no reason to save it.
He pops it as well, he throws it out, he does find one, that's the Viper Spit down. Meanwhile, Jazz will put him down. Rahaya with the kill onto the scrim, and Benji with the judge finds Jazz and the Hunter's Fury. No way. Now this is going to be a tough one. He does have the resurrection to work, he's not going to use it, but we do have Zero coming forward, and he's going to stick it. No.
Oh, unfortunate timing.
But what a comeback again from UG Team Academy here. They were in a tough situation, but closing things out 7-5 was not expected at all.
Indeed. Unfortunately, at the end there, Benji did have the resurrection, but there was no one near, and he had to take that 1v1, or otherwise we might be seeing quite a different scoreline at the end of it. But nonetheless, as you said, UG Academy making a comeback, managing to make the score 7-5. UG Valorant still in the lead, and we head on into the second half of this map.
And I really do want to see a third game here on Split, and I think UG Academy deserves to have that fighting chance. You know, take it to the third game, fight it out as much as possible. Meanwhile, we do have a pain shell action all the way in Hookah. Crumbs taking a lot of damage, down to 33 HP. Kenji will put him down. That's the first kill falling in favor of UG Academy here, and they will be backing off here. But the push is still coming through onto B side here. They have no idea of backing down. Kenji with the second kill will get shut down by Scrim. Scrim though with 2 quick kills and the third as well. Good God, this man. No way does it do this every single time. And EXO is left again, probably the best. I don't know, man. What do you call this guy? Like at this time, you could have put it on the op. Oh, he's playing around. EXO coming in on top, and he will find that kill onto Scrim. I mean, if Scrim had got that kill also, I would have been like, you know, what are we even playing at this point? But it is going to be the pistol round being won by UG Academy, and that is going to allow them to probably make this a 7-7. Kenji though putting on a show as well with that classic, but look at Scrim here. Good God. Crazy. Absolutely crazy stuff coming out from the Chamber player now. No longer the Jet Sage main, but Chamber player as well. Picking up 3 quick kills there. But with that, we do have an Ares in the hands of Jazz. Zero is going to be sticking with that Spectre. Kenji with the Judge, and 2 more Spectres on the hands of Rahaya and EXO. We have a couple of Sheriff's half shields coming out from the side of UG as well. Probably planning on playing a Judge the next round. This is a map that allows them to do that, right? You can technically, you know, go for a very weak buy on the second round after pistol round if you do lose, because UI will play a lot of shotguns on this map. Especially on Raze, especially on Raze, and even the Brimstone play around with the smokes. Oh, the push again coming into B side here, delaying things for a bit. Viper's Bite outside of Hookah, not the place you wanted it to be, but Penshel is going to clear things out. Rahaya going to get blinded out, but so was Crumbs, and they are going to be able to get into the side. Crumbs picks up the first kill, and that's a Spectre recovered.
Yep, managed to take that quite quickly, but Rahaya with 1 kill, Defiance there on the trade, managing to make it a 4v3 in favor of the attackers. Once again, Benji making it close. He's good for that kill. Yes, he does find the Jazz there, making it a 4v2 in favor of them. They do have the equal guns and Crumbs there to get Kenji with the Jazz in hand. The air is recovered. Zero gets tagged. Zero good for a second, making it a 2v1, but he is extremely low at this moment, 22 HP left. And there goes
Scrim will put him down.
They'll clean things up.
They are not going to be able to get that thrifted though, because they did kind of buy halfway through. But it is nevertheless going to be the buy round of UG Academy being shut down, and they are going to be forced into a save here. Whereas UG Team Valorant is going to be able to buy up full here with a bunch of rifles on their side, but Defiance is going to be sticking with the Spectre.
Indeed, we've always seen, you know, UG Valorant just winning those save rounds, the winning rounds, which we would think impossible, but somehow managing to make it work. And they do have the better guns heading into this round as well, and starting things off with the Trailblazer to clean up site. And Molly's coming in for good effect, but look at this, Jazz staying below, does damage on Benjay, but in the end he survives with 6 HP left.
Meanwhile, control of A site, they are fighting for. They will get the plant down. 24's on the hands of Scrim as well. This is going to be a tough retake, especially since they are on a save. But the crossfire is absolutely perfectly being held by the side of UG Team Valorant here. 24's Scrim wants to fight. Scrim has no chill here. Crumbs will find the kill on Rahaya, finds the kill onto EXO as well, leaving 0 in a 1v5, and he will get taken down by Defiant, making it a flawless round for UG Valorant, getting the 9th round on the board. Again, Team Academy, I mean, they were on a save, so props to them, but losing that buy round after the pistol, it's just really hitting them at this point. But we do have a full gun round coming out. Defiance and Scrim are going to be the only ones on Spectres. Not that they don't have the money, it's just the weapons that they carried from the last round, but it's going to be a full gun round on either side.
Absolutely, and just, you know, noticing one tiny detail there. When you saw the wall coming in from Benjay, quite an interesting wall there. Managing to cut off lamps in 2 places actually. So managing to cut off lamps entrance to A short, but also managing to cut off the entrance coming in from side itself. So meaning the player inside lamps was just kind of stuck there. And 0 to start things off with Defiance of the board. EXO with the second kill. That is Chrom's taken down. A quick recovery there, Scrim with the refrag, with a Spectre in hand, and EXO gets spammed through the smoke. That is a wipe off the ball for them as well. Benjay managing to clean things up, making it a 3v3 on both sides.
And we do have Benjay pushing through showers here. Meanwhile, Scrim will find that kill onto Jazz. Already being inside here. Oh, playing around. Kenji needs to be careful. Kenji is going to get fragged out by Benjay as well, leaving 0 yet again in an impossible 1v3 situation. And he is going to be coming through spawn here.
Kenji did not have the best gun at that moment to contest Benjay in the fight, and he lost his life, making it a 1v3. And Scrim coming there behind on the TP to finish things up.
I was waiting for him to knife, but apparently
Indeed.
not feeling it, or probably was a little bit too far away from the TP. But it is going to be double digits on the board for UG Valorant, and looking to close things out in these grand finals. And I feel like it's a tough one, right? It is tough for Academy to be the team to beat them, just because of the fact that probably they know each other's playstyle so well. So it has to be, I feel like, an org outside of, or a team outside of UG to try and bring down this absolute domination coming out from this team. Or these 5 players. I mean, these 5 players have been number 1 and 2 for the longest time now. And it has been tough for any other players to bring it to them. I think Cloy was one of the only teams who actually did bring it to the side of UG, and then we had New Order, but New Order is no more from the side of WG, and we have the 2 players on the side of UG Valorant. So an all-star team, and it's a tough one to beat. Another save, but 0.
0 to start things off. That is Jembedev coming in, Scrim taken off the board. Look at this. Kenji actually hiding on the far side of the smoke. Might not get checked, but if the smoke does dissipate before he manages to get a kill, okay, there you go. Perfect timing coming in from him to get back into hookah, making it a 4v5 still. But Roach with the guiding light. Flash is coming in. He peeks the wrong side though. And Kenji is good to get the
orbital
kill.
Strike. Jazz will get taken out. Defense in the meantime will find Rahaya as well. The pain shells coming through. Kenji will find Benji there through the wall. They will. Oh, but Crumbs is going to be there for the refrag, making it a 2v2 now. And we do have Crumbs popping the showstopper, but a bit stuck.
Yeah, Koyon
24's in the
missing
hands
the
of
satchel.
Zero. Crumbs has nowhere to throw that showstopper there. But we do have Zero with the 24s looking for a kill here. Meanwhile, EXO will get taken down by Crumbs, and it's a tough one.
Yeah, being read like a book. The Penchill's coming in on perfect timing.
Oh,
And Chromes, no, gets plucked down from the air, leaving Defiance in this 1v1, but time is lost and Defiance has an easy win. And will decide to dive to the spike as he will.
indeed, and this is going to make it 11-6, and UG Team Valorant are looking to close things out right now. And I feel like, do they have one tactical timeout per round? Or is it for the entire
One
match?
per match, I would assume, yeah. And they did use it in the first half. So I believe that would be all for this match. And just taking a look at the scoreboard as well, you know, just how good of a team UG is as a whole. We've seen Scrim being on the top, carrying the team a few times. We saw Bendy earlier, and now Crumbs is doing all the heavy lifting. This is a team which is more assigned to their roles, not just of saying the duelist is the person who gets the most kills, but rather on who is best on what operator.
So he's going to get tagged down here a little bit. He's going to peek through. Will get shut down by Scrims as the first round falling. We do have a Zero backing off here, Simbican, and will pick up the orb here. That's that driving very costly. He did not clear the angle, but meanwhile, Crumbs will find that kill onto Zero here. Rahaya. That's such an interesting wall. Meanwhile, the resurrection will go on to Crumbs. The orbital strike coming through. Rahaya will find one. Rahaya finds the second as well. Good stuff coming out. It's a 3v3 now with Roach being extremely low, and the spike will rotate back into B side here. They do get there in time. Now the Hunter Spirit will go out, but not going to be able to find any sort of damage here with the 3 players remaining. Jazz is also extremely low. It's going to be a tough one. Jazz is the first one to pick through, and Defiance will put Kenji down, leaving Rahaya in a 1v3. Okay, gets the first. Gets the second. Complete doable. 8 bullets left. Crumbs picking from above. Roach picking from above, and will put Rahaya down, almost clutching it out. But it's going to be match point for Team UG Valorant, and the championship on the line.
Absolutely amazing stuff. They're coming in from Rahaya, but managed to get a 4K that round, I believe. Unfortunately, could not find that last connect on Roach, and Roach managing to clean things up, making the score 12-6, as you said, a match point, series point, and championship point, everything, which would crown them the champions of SLT Esports Valorant Rivals. And we might be going into the last round of the match, or we might be seeing more. But nonetheless, here we go.
We have the Viper Spit being utilized all the way in a main, a shot here, and that's being cut off for the time being. But we do have Roach looking to push this. He's going to back up for the time being. But in the meantime, all the players still wants to be pushing this A side. We have shower expressions coming out from Scrim as well as Crumbs here. Still, did see a pixel here onto Zero, but Zero will put him down. What a kill there coming out. Rahaya in the meantime will find the kill onto Crumbs as well. We might see another round here with the way things are going. Maybe, who knows, maybe even a full comeback here. But why? Again, still waiting to go into this A side. I don't know how viable this is right now with only 3 players alive. They are going to be taking so much of damage trying to find this kill. But Benji is hellbent. He's going to go in. Roach is going to peek through. Needs to be careful. Oh, EXO will put Benji down. That's 2 players left, and Roach in the meantime will find Rahaya here, making it a 4v2 here. Both players extremely healthy. Roach as well as Defiance. Coming through showers here. Crossfire. No one is looking at the back. Oh, he does. EXO. Meanwhile, Defiance finds Zero here. And Kenji will put Roach down, leaving Defiance in a 1v3, and the spike inside the Viper Spit. And they will get the kill onto Defiance to make it a team ace and keep championship life on the line here.
Indeed, that was well thought out to Viper Spit coming in. Quite aggressive there, which is what you need when you are against a team like UG OG. They are a team which likes to control the pace of a fight. They are a team that likes to control the tide. And when you meet aggression with aggression like the way that they did, you tend to live to fight another day. The scoreline is 12-7. UG Academy still not away from defeat. They do have a long way to go to stay in this fight. In Valorant, apologies UGOG, on the brink of victory. Spots do, the orbital strike comes in, and the TV will be called.
Yeah, now they know that there is at least one, there may be only one player or maximum of 2 players inside B side with that play, because the TP was taken there by Kenji there. But still no real entry has been made. A lot of map presence has been taken. Meanwhile, showstopper going to be used and no one is even inside. Meanwhile, Scrim will take out EXO, who was getting a little bit overzealous there. But the push coming through, Zero has so much of map presence here. Meanwhile, Kenji finds one, Kenji finds 2, and as a massive kills to have. Meanwhile, Benji will get a trade onto Zero. Scrim in the meantime will find Jazz, and Benji finds another onto Kenji, leaving last man standing in a 1v3. This is going to be a tough one for them to close out. This might be all over.
They've done some amazing clutches these past few rounds and might be able to actually make something out of this. And I believe the attackers are unaware that he's actually on the flank. But as I say that, they do check all the obvious angles and might think flank is the only obvious approach. And yes, they are quite ready for this. Rahaya making his way from hookah, left in a 1v3, and does get spotted from Defiance. Recon comes in.
Benji looking for the knife.
Benji.
Since it looks like since Scrim is not in a position to get in position for a knife, it's going to be Benji looking for the knife here. Might go for it. He tries for it. No, he just get taken down. Rahaya. Scrim gets the knife. There is no way this man. Benji.
I told you.
No. But that is it, ladies and gentlemen. That is UG Team Valorant being crowned the #1 team in the country with the conclusion of the SLT Esports, SLTMOBITEL Esports Valorant Rivals. And what a performance. They have had a bit of a shaky start in the quarterfinals, but closing things out 2-0 in the semifinals and a very convincing 2-0 here in the grand finals. And again, goes back to what you said, Kiri, the fact that all 5 players pull their socks up, performs when needed. It is either Crumbs, it is either Defiance, it is Scrim, Benji, Roach. We have all these players popping off. We saw Roach the other day on Split. We see Crumbs here now. We saw in the previous game it was Benji. We always see Scrim somewhere on the top of the leaderboard, and Defiance pulling off some crazy clutches multiple times. But hats off to the Team Academy here, the bunch of youngsters making them coming all the way in second place here. What a performance they have had, and took down some really big names, including Miss Walkers from the side of WG, a very well experienced team, I might add, on that side. And these guys had no trouble at the end of it, closing that out 2-0 as well. So hats off to a really good performance coming out from the youngsters, and a very bright future ahead for that team as well. But overall, a massive shout out to SLTMOBITEL Esports for having the tournament, 100,000 rupees in prize money, 50,000 rupees worth of Valorant points, and then of course the giveaway for the spectators who were watching at the edge of their seats of the quarterfinal matches. I think we had from the quarterfinals onward, we just didn't have one match, which was a walkover, which was Revolutionary Gamers versus UG Academy. That was the only walkover, whereas all the other matches were played, and we had a lot of support from everyone at home. So hats off to you guys for joining us and taking a part in the giveaway as well, and standing a chance to win some amazing prizes from SLTMOBITEL Esports. And having said that, while we do wait for the final awards here, a massive shout out to the platform from SLTMOBITEL Esports. Do check it out, guys, if you all have not checked it out so far. I think all the players who took part in the tournament already has an idea of what the platform looks like, but do check it out. It is a platform that has been launched with some major updates, so do check it out. It has it is giving players some major opportunity to earn some in-game rewards as well and get some in-game currency through the platform, as well as they do have 3 new premium membership plans out there. Whether you're a daily gamer, a weekly gamer, or a monthly gamer, you will have a couple of packages out there as well, so do check that out as well. Also on top of that, they will be having more and more tournaments for not just Valorant, for multiple titles. So if you are at home, waiting for a tournament to happen, make sure to keep an eye out for the SLTMOBITEL Esports platform. And on top of that, you can actually buy some in-game currency as well from multiple titles like PUBG, Free Fire, Valorant, Steam gift cards, and much more. So do check it out. The link should be in the description. If not, the link is actually esports.slt.lk. Head on over to the link even right now while we do wait for the final results and the final awards. Do check out the platform. It's absolutely amazing. But while we wait for it, Kitty, what has been the biggest highlight for you from all the matches starting from the quarterfinals?
Okay, so
you can pick
we
one moment out of everything.
Yeah, but let me just think about this for a minute. I would have to say the insane plays coming from Deadshot with that Euro, absolutely bamboozling against UG, the current champions right now. I would say that was really amazing. But as to like one specific round itself, I would have to think for a minute here. What about you, Tara?
I mean, it's a tough one, right? Because we did have some crazy things happening in the entirety of the final round. I mean, the top 8 teams giving us a really good performance. And for me, I feel like it's tough to select one moment, I would say. I would like to select a series here. I think UG Valorant versus Whiffmasters was the most surprising for me. I think that was a really good series. It did end in 2-0, but the performance that came out from Whiffmasters was very standout because it seemed like it was a different team with the addition of Deadshot into the team as well. It's not the same team that we saw in the previous season. And coming in, I think that's a team that we can expect a lot from. And I feel like for me, if it's a moment highlight, I mean, there'll be a couple of knives there from Scrim, a couple of op shots, with some crazy op shots as well. Oh, I actually do have one. The op shot on Haven, on Kenji, actually behind the box on C side. That was so random. That was so good. I mean, that was very it was a predicted shot from Scrim, but having the presence of mind to land it, and mind you, that was a headshot through the box as well. I mean. For me, it has to be Scrim with that operator shot there. That was absolutely insane to watch. Did you come up with something while I was talking? Did you come up with a moment?
Yeah, once again Scrim with the op. I believe not yesterday, the day before. The map was Bind against Whiffmasters. There was this really quick no scope coming in from him, leading on into I believe a 4K with that open hand on attack. I believe Sage. It was really impressive round. Yeah.
Yeah, and he would have been on Sage as well because this is the first time we saw him.
Yes.
So there you have it, guys. So if you are playing Valorant right now, you need to realize that it's not just about the agent that you're playing or the role that you're playing, regardless of whether it's a duelist or a sentinel or a controller or an initiator. If you really want to get good at the game, you can frag out. It doesn't mean it has to be your duelist on top of the scoreboard. We did see Benjay popping off extremely well on Haven. We have had Scrim on Sage just going absolutely ham, and we have had multiple situations like this across the game. And sometimes you might have your own team duelist being bottom frag, but does not mean that he's not doing his job as a duelist. I mean, it's all about entering the site, creating havoc, and most probably, more often than not, your duelist will be the guy with the most amount of deaths at the end of the game because he's the first man in. He's the one who is creating chaos going in. He might not be able to get the frags, but he is creating that space. So when you're raging in game saying, my duel is bottom frag, what are you doing, dying all the time, that's not always the case. I mean, we have had enough and more time where the pro teams in the country, we will have the duelist bottom frag, but they still end up winning the series or winning the match. And that was the case. But with that, we should be having the head-to-head ready for the match as well. And we might get a chance to have a chat with the winning captain. I'll let you all know about that, and we do have the giveaway winner as well. But I think we should have all of those ready in a short while. Meanwhile, guys, keep on playing Valorant. Head on over to the SLTMOBITEL Esports platform. There'll be so much more in terms of tournaments, multiple titles as well. And massive shout out to Riot as well. I mean, I need to say this: the amount of work that they do with their games, whether it's League of Legends or Valorant, has been absolutely insane. The production value that they bring into each and every one of their games, it's absolutely insane. I mean, I come from Dota, and I'm a massive fan of Dota, so you know we have this rivalry between League of Legends. But you cannot deny the fact that the amount of work that Riot does in terms of production and the storyline going into the characters and all that, it's absolutely insane. The backstories of all these agents that are coming out, and the amount of effort that goes into it, right? Because we have different ethnicities, different countries coming into all these characters. There's so much of backstories with these characters and maps as well, and it's absolutely insane for Riot to be able to do this. But Kitty, overall, did you enjoy the tournament basically?
Indeed, I think we had a lot of upsets actually, and a lot of really great plays coming in. And we did identify a lot of key teams to be aware of. I mean, you know, this is actually, I think, the first tournament for the year 2022, as you did mention earlier. We will be having a ton more stuff coming in throughout this year, and we have identified the teams to look out for. So these are the top 8 teams at the moment. We had Tenacity, we had Riftmasters. We especially a team to look out for, I would say, is Riftmasters. They've proven that they can have their own, handle their own against a team like UG, and obviously they will be a team up and coming to look into as the year progresses, only upwards from here on. And I think the games are really close, as you said, more games. The scoreline, the score did not reflect how close the games were, especially in the games between, I believe it was Mistwalkers and PJP, where even though the scoreline did say just 2-1, it did go overtime most often than not. So I think it has been a really entertaining 3 days. We did see some really great plays coming as well. A lot of stuff for the first time as well, right? We saw Yoru being played by Deadshot against UG. We saw Scrim on the Chamber today.
For the first time ever, playing a different agent.
Absolutely, and it's good to know that he has actually unlocked agents apart from Jet and Sage. But speaking of, there we go with the head-to-head of this final match.
Indeed, and it is going to be Chroms versus Zero here. Zero on the Chamber with 20 kills under his belt. But Chroms, the stand-up performance coming out, probably the best race player in the country. 24 kills, 344 average combat score, 5 first bloods, and a 1.8 KD. And pretty close performance from Zero as well, with 285 average combat score, 3 first bloods, and a 1.4 KD as well. So with that, I think we do have a chat with the captain as well. So hopefully that is ready, and we can get an idea of how this new roster is working out for them. Obviously, it is working out for them very well with Chroms and Scrim's addition. But let's ask from the man himself. And there you have it, guys. The champions of SLTMOBITEL Esports Valorant rivals. It is none other than Union Gaming Team Valorant, and what a performance it has been from these guys. Absolutely amazing stuff throughout the entire tournament. And with that, we do have Defiance here, the captain from UG. Hi man, must be feeling good?
Yeah, it's been a while though, like talking to you in live.
Yeah, for sure, it has definitely been a while. So y'all did have a mix-up on the rosters now with Scrim and Chroms coming in. What has that been like for you guys?
Well, it's actually a good addition, but we just started practice while we like a month ago, but due to the prevailing situation, power cuts and all, so everyone is scattered everywhere, so our power cut times and everything is like messed up, so we are not actually practicing right now, so just playing for fun.
And what was the reasoning behind it? So what me and Kitty were thinking was the addition of Scrim and Chroms into the team, because y'all technically previously did not have a genuine raise main or an operator main for the team. Was this part of the thought process going into adding these 2 players into the team?
Not regarding any agent, but it's about the fragging potential, so I think these 2 can frag a lot to our team, so that's the main reason we got them in our team.
Indeed. And what is the plan for the future? Because right now I feel like we have had Sri Lankan teams in different titles even, but we do have an all-star team coming out, you know, represent the country even at the end of the day. So what is the end goal here for at least this year? What is the plan?
Well, if things go smooth within the country, it totally depends on, because maybe Scream is trying to migrate or there are some things going on. So we are not sure what's going to happen with the team. But hopefully, if many tournaments come, if the prize money is like sufficient for us, we will stick together.
Kitty, any questions for Defiance, the man himself from UG here?
Indeed, one question I would say, and you just mentioned Scrim. So regarding that, what is the voice comms like when you go to the last round? What does Scrim say? Does he say he wants a knife kill?
Yeah, he's the kid in our team, so we all like 25, 26 plus. So he's like just 18, and he's very enthusiastic, and he always wants to kotapang, like that. So he's like that.
Indeed, and thank you so much for having this chat, and it's always interesting to have a little bit of insight into the mentality that you guys have. And adding on to what Kitty said, what are the actual comms like other than Scrim being a kid, with the new players coming in? Has it been good, the communication being good, or the teamwork? What is that like?
The communication is good, but we are all switching up to going outside our comfort zones. Like for example, Roach going on Sky, he's always team flashing us. So everyone will shout, "Okay, we are flash, we are blind, we are blind." So for now, we are just working on the new rosters and new agents. So that's basically our comms.
Indeed, and I actually did see Roach and Chroms work very well together. Regardless of what was happening, I feel like those two players really has connected in your team. The flashes and their peaks have been absolutely impeccable throughout the entire tournament. And regardless, man, I'll let you go celebrate with your team. So much fun talking to you as always. And congratulations once again for winning the entire tournament and being crowned the
Thanks
number one
for having
team.
me. Thank you.
See you, man. So there you have it, guys. That was Defiance himself, the winning team captain from Union Gaming Valorant, crowned the number one team starting off the year, and what a performance they have had. And of course, it's always entertaining, like I said, to have a little bit of insight into the comms that these guys have within their teams. And Kitty, I actually was thinking of the question and I forgot about it a little bit later on. And thank you so much for asking that question. And with that, I think we do have the giveaway winner as well, but we should be able to take a look at the question once again, because I actually now forgot the question, and we do have it on screen right now. So which map is based in Japan was the question, and the answers were A, Split, B, Bind, C, Haven, and D, Icebox. And you guys were asked to put the answer down in the comment section to walk away with some amazing prizes, and the correct answer is A, Split. I actually did not know this, by the way, Kitty. I thought it was Haven, but you know, that's me being a bad Valorant player. But anyhow, let's take a look at the winner of the giveaway, and it's going to be Lakshan Janit. Lakshan, I'm pretty sure you are watching right now, so make sure to message Gamer.LK on their Facebook fan page, and they will get in touch with you on how you can collect your amazing gift courtesy of SLTMOBITEL Esports. So before we sign off, guys, a massive shout out again to SLTMOBITEL Esports. You guys have been absolutely amazing, coming out with the first tournament for the year for Valorant and giving these teams a massive chance to fight out for 100,000 rupees of prize money, as well as a 50,000 rupee prize pool for Valorant points as well. You guys have been absolutely amazing, and we are hoping we will get to see more and more tournaments coming in from you guys through your new platform as well. And for everyone who's watching it at home, again a reminder, do check out the platform. There are some amazing goodies out there, amazing features. It has been updated recently, so you will have a lot more options within, including an in-game store within the platform as well. And also thank you so much, Kitty, for joining me for today's grand finals and the previous games as well. And a massive shout out to Mike, who is not here with us today, but he did join me for a couple of games as well. So a huge shout out to both you guys. You guys have been absolutely amazing. And also need to thank the refs. You guys have been doing behind the scenes. I mean, a lot of people don't see this. A lot of work has been done by the referees. Also, you know, getting the matches coordinated and getting the players there on time. So hats off to you guys. And also the production team, you guys have been absolutely amazing. The production has always been on point, and it's a pleasure casting the production that you guys are putting on screen for us. It has been absolutely amazing. And also for the spectators, finally the spectators, you guys have been absolutely amazing. The support has been tremendous. So hats off to you guys for joining with us and staying up through the night to watch these amazing grand finals between two top-notch teams. So thank you so much, guys, for joining us. But with that, it's going to be me, Tara, signing off, as well as Kitty. See you guys next time.
Spike